What's up everybody, once again my name is Matt and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. In the last episode we finished off all the shrines here in the Elden region, and in this video, well, we're gonna head to the right of where we are on the map, and I've already spoiled this before so no point in keeping it a secret. We're going to the Akkala region, which I'm really excited about because there's a lot of stuff to do there. Not too many shrines, but it has a few, and of course we will need to complete those. Besides all of that normal stuff though, there's a few like cool side quests we can take on and even some story related stuff that we can do, so look forward to that. Now, on our way there I would like to address a comment that I got in the previous video. Someone was asking me when we were going to go and find another one of Link's missing memories. And that's a really good question because, you know, it's been a while since we found one of those, and I'll tell you why. The next memory that's in the chronological order that I've been following is located in the same area as the final divine beast. And I don't really want to go there just yet. However, I think you guys are right. So, here's the deal. After we finish the Akkala region, I'll head in that direction, get the Sheikah Tower for that region, as well as the memory, but that will be it. After I do that, I'll continue with everything else that I currently have planned. I really do want to save that area for when we go and take on the Divine Beast, but getting that memory now will also allow me to pick up the rest later on, so I think this is a pretty good compromise. You can let me know what you guys think about that in the comments of this video. That being said, as you guys can tell, we're already close to another shrine. But I'm not going to start by getting that shrine. Instead, I would much rather activate the tower for this region first. And it just so happens that it's very close by. In fact, it will probably come into view once we cross over this ridge. There it is. Only issue is that, yeah, it's way up there on top of those ruins, which look really cool, by the way. Thankfully, we should have, like, Revali's Gale back any second now, which will definitely make getting to the top a whole heck of a lot easier. There are some, like, guardian drones hovering around, though, so you might want to watch out for those. I actually do have a pretty funny story about this particular tower from my personal playthrough. Now, on my personal playthrough, I went to Akkala right after I finished up Hateno, so I was pretty weak, didn't have the climbing gear or any upgrades in stamina, but that didn't stop me from climbing to the top of this area. I mean, it's all ruins, right? That's not that bad, and certainly it would be much easier than dealing with the drones, right? Well, not so much, because I got stuck, like, going halfway up, and then it started to rain, and then I fell down a bit, and, I was just sort of, like, stuck in this one spot for a bit, since I couldn't climb back up to anywhere else where I could walk, so I kinda just had to hang there for, like, 10 minutes or so. Like, it wasn't just one raindrop on the weather meter, it was, like, 3 of them, so I had to wait the entire, like, weather meter of rain to go away before I could continue climbing. And obviously, you know, I was in an area that was already wet, so the rain was coming down, I couldn't, like, lay down wood to make a fire or pass time, and that's sort of where my hatred for the rain in this game comes from. And I think a lot of people have had moments very similar to that in this game. Like, I always see people, like, posting about how much they hate the rain or that the rain is one of the worst things, and honestly, I do feel where they're coming from. It certainly does make some tasks harder or near impossible. So let's just hope that it doesn't rain later on in this video, because I will need to do something with fire and outside, and obviously can't do that if it's raining. Alright, so here we are at Akkala Tower, or rather the base of Akkala Tower. Getting to the top of this thing can be kind of tricky. On my personal playthrough I ended up, like, stacking some boxes, and then I did have to eventually climb through, like, a little bit of Ganon's Malice just to get to the top of the tower, but since we do have Revali's Gale, we can just skip all that and go directly to the top. That certainly makes things a lot easier. If I'm being totally honest, I really don't know the correct way to get to the top of this tower, because no matter what I did, I ended up taking damage on my personal playthrough, but that seems like the easiest solution. Sheikah Tower activated. scanning area. Regional map extracted. So there we go. Now we can see all of Akkala. Not exactly one of the biggest regions, but still pretty cool. And also it's kind of cold up here, so let's put on that flame blade to keep ourselves nice and warm. And now, let me actually look at my map real quick to make sure I'm going the right way. I'll just place a pin over there because that's where that shrine is. So, oh well, I mean I probably could have just hopped off the tower since, you know, pretty easy to spot, not like it's really hiding anywhere, it's kind of in plain sight. And of course, right next to this shrine is a stable, so we'll go finish up this shrine, then grab Epona and make our way deeper into the Akkala region because, well, sort of like on the north end of the map is something you really ought to go to sooner than I did, probably. Like, we heard about this area and the character inside pretty much when we arrived at Hateno from Pura, so yeah, it's been a long time coming, but first things first, let's go and complete this shrine. So here's something I noticed in the 2 shrines that we completed in the last video. Like, they sort of shared the same mechanics, and that's kind of the same thing for the 2 shrines that I plan on completing in this video. They sort of share the exact same mechanics, which is weird that I just noticed this, considering, you know, I've been saying that the shrines do a really good job at keeping things fresh, but, you know, now we just found, like, 2 shrines that are sort of almost the exact same thing. It's kind of weird, honestly. Alright, so, alright, how come these spikes on the left side are not moving? Oh, wait, that's because there is a left-only moving spike panel on the way. That's why. Okay, you know what? That should probably work, actually. No point in messing with it. Normally what I try to do is line up 3 panels on the left and then just like walk straight through the middle. But I mean, whatever works, works. So there's really no right or wrong way to complete that puzzle. Anyways, let's play. Whoa. Oh, that was funny. The bomb was like balancing on Link's head, and like, because the hitbox of the Switch is so weird, it was just able to hover in place. That's kind of weird. Alright, now that chest over there, that is very hard to get. I will make 1 attempt and 1 attempt only, so let's give it a shot. Oh, no. No, no, no. Not good. Never mind. Screw it. Not going for that chest. Definitely not worth it. Whatever's inside, I can find somewhere else, so I really don't care. Anyways, let's play with some balls now. I've seen a lot of people, like, struggle with this particular puzzle. It's not that hard. You just have to be a little bit patient with it. Obviously, the goal is to line up the 3 orbs with the switches, but, you just have to, like, kind of gently roll them into position, except for that bottom guy who somehow went underneath that area. Get back over there, will ya? Alright, there we go. That's looking pretty good. Let's just get that guy down from there. And you, can you, bro, why are you not, there you go, jeez, that guy did not want to move. So yeah, there we go, we are done with this shrine. It's a good thing, like, the game doesn't make a whole lot of use of the gyro controls inside the shrines, because a lot of people don't seem to like them. Me personally, I don't really mind, and in case you, like, couldn't tell for whatever reason, I do like all my aiming with my bow and stuff with the gyro controls, because it is so much, like, quicker and more responsive than using the analog sticks for me. So that's sort of why I like the gyro controls in this game, and I love the fact that Nintendo included the gyro in the Pro Controller, because I've played pretty much every single episode except the first one on my Pro Controller, and I know it's gonna sound like I'm shilling out for the Pro Controller, but I love this thing, man. It is one of my favorite controllers. Like, it's so comfortable. Like, really. I would recommend you get one. I know they're $70, which is ridiculously expensive for a controller. Like, I don't even know what they were thinking there, but I have to admit, it's a really solid controller. Haven't had a single issue with it. One complaint, though. The battery life, not as good as the Wii U Pro Controller. Like, the Wii U Pro Controller, I've had that thing since, I want to say, Mario Kart 8 came out for the Wii U. You want to know how many times I've charged that thing? 3. I've had to charge it 3 times in all the years that I've owned it. Like, that battery does not die no matter what. I don't even know what it's made out of. Like, some sort of nuclear futuristic battery or something, because 3 times in who knows how long that's actually been is crazy good battery life. The Switch Pro controller, on the other hand, I've had to charge it once already, and I probably do need to charge it again very, very soon. I know there is a way to, like, check the battery level on the Switch menu. It's just that, you know, I never kind of do that until the system actually warns me that my batteries are low, and then I just go and plug it in. But, yeah, so there's that. But otherwise, great controller. Gets my seal of approval, I guess. So enough about that. I'm not even sure what brought that on, but yeah, that glowing orange thing in the distance there, that's of course our next shrine. So funny thing about that shrine, it's actually right next to another stable here in the Akkala region. Yeah, go figure. But further north is probably where we're gonna spend a majority of our time in this video. Also, I just noticed it's about to tick over into a thunderstorm. Oh man, that kinda stinks. Alright. New plan, guys. Get to the next shrine as fast as we possibly can, hopefully before it starts thundering out. And, maybe by the time we finish the next shrine, the weather will tick over to be something nicer. I mean, we can only hope, right? I don't think that's gonna happen, but, hey, a man can dream. A man can dream. Anyways, here we are at the East Akkala stable. So, I know it's about to start thundering and lightning any second now, so let's just go right inside this shrine and not waste any time here. Like, trust me, the last thing I wanted was for it to rain. We were just talking about this, like, not 5 minutes ago as we were climbing Akkala Tower, were we not? So, yeah, this is just the game making a fool out of me, which I don't appreciate, man. Not cool. Not cool at all. Alright, so let's see what we got going on inside this shrine, shall we? Oh yeah, this one is pretty straightforward. So all I have to do is head over here to where, like, the gyro control is, and then we play a little bit of golf and just lightly tap this thing forward. That was way too much energy. My bad. I think I do need to, like, reuse the panel in order to make the ball appear again. So, yeah, there we go. This time we'll just gently tap it in. You better make it in there, my man. Come on, you can do it. There we go. See, I knew you could do it. And just like that, yeah, we're pretty much done with the shrine. There is, like, a little more you can do in the back of the shrine behind the altar, but you know what? I don't feel like it, so we're not gonna bother doing that. Instead, let's just get the spirit orb and get out of here. Like, let's be honest, the stuff you get inside the shrines at this point in the game, really not that useful, so why waste the time, am I right? Alright, we got the spirit orb. That makes 9 of them already. Like, it honestly feels so quick, because just a couple episodes ago, we traded all of them in, like 3 of them, in 3 upgrades worth, that is, and got, like, you know, some more stamina and an extra heart, and already we're back up to, like, 9, or pretty close to what we had when we traded them in. So, man, it's crazy just how many shrines you can do in a short amount of time. And of course, it's still raining. Great. Oh, that is just perfect. Okay, you know what? I guess we have to do it. Let's stay at the inn here in the stable and pass some time. Hopefully, tomorrow it will be, like, sunny, and then it'll give us enough time to do what we want to do. I guess as long as, like, it's not rainy, we can also just make a campfire later on if we need to, which we may end up doing, but we'll see. We'll see. At least it doesn't look like it's gonna rain right now. Actually, man, rain is on the weather meter, but it's kind of like 2 things out. So we do have some time where it's not raining, and that might be just enough time to do what we need to do. We'll see. We'll see. Anyways, let's continue heading north because there is a very important character to meet and also a pretty important building as well. But be careful going around this rock because guess what? Yes, there is an active dead guardian right over here randomly. Kinda strange considering it's like right between a stable and an area where some important characters are. So, someone clearly kept this thing alive on purpose. I mean, it is still dangerous though, so it's probably better if we just take it out. And you know what? This thing is not worth keeping around, so get out of here. Also, I will gladly take all these ancient springs and other ancient screws, stuff like that. Thank you very much, Mr. Broken Down Guardian. That being said, we're pretty much exactly where we need to be. So welcome to the Akkala Ancient Tech Lab. Yeah, there's more than one here in Hyrule. Pretty cool. Alright, so let's go inside. And, well, apparently no one's around except for this weird robot thing. So, hello? It's. Hey, you! What are you doing here? Alright, so this is Robbie, I guess. What's up, dude? I've heard a lot about you. Are you the one called Link? That would be me, yeah. That's too bad. If you were the legendary Link, there would be something important I'd need to tell you. But I answered yes. But how can I determine with full certainty whether or not you are the true hero? Yes, how indeed. Yes, if you can show me the wounds your body suffered 100 years ago, that should prove you are truly Link. Yeah, so this guy's kind of a creep. He actually wants us to strip for him. So, that's right. I mean, if you want to, like, get through here, you need to take off all your clothes. Now I can talk to him. Yes, the number of scars on your body, just as I remember. Most seem to have healed, but they do line up with the scars I know you got during the Great Calamity 100 years ago. Yes, I acknowledge you as the real Link, so let us begin again. I am the lead guardian researcher and director of the Akkala Ancient Tech Lab. Dr. Robbie! In any case, I really am impressed that you made it all the way out to this rather remote location. Did you perchance meet Purah and borrow her power? I met a child. Purah? A child? What? She really has a kid? Or do you mean that Purah aged backwards and she is now a child? Yeah, no, she got younger. Are you certain? So she's as crazy as ever. Okie doke, knowing her, I'm guessing she screwed up some experiment. Yes, typical. Let us return to the subject at hand, Did you know the Calamity is regaining its power? I do actually. I see, then I don't need to tell you my story, Well, I mean, if you wanna, go for it. Yes, I see. In that case, the goal of our Sheikah Research Lab is simple. Really, we aim to destroy the Calamity that has endured across time. To rid Hyrule of its dark influence, and above all to rescue Princess Zelda, who is now a prisoner of the Calamity. We have worked ourselves to the bone conducting our research. For a time I feared I'd pass before we could prevail. However, you, Link, managed to awaken before this old sack of flesh gave out. That means the time is now! Yes. Now is the time to join forces with Sheikah, yes? We must destroy the Calamity! Yeah, let's do it, man! Yes, that is correct! You and I are gonna join forces to put an end to the Calamity. And on that note, sorry for the long preamble, but I'd like to provide you with some ancient soldier gear. Did you catch all that? Cherie, the ancient oven creates ancient soldier gear, but I fear she's out of sorts at the moment. I'm afraid someone will have to bring the blue flame from the ancient furnace again. Yeah, we've heard this spiel before. So just like with the other ancient tech lab, we need to get a blue flame here to sort of get things going. Real quick, let me actually re-equip all my gear, because no point in running around naked now, is there? Now, unlike in Hateno, this ancient tech lab is pretty far away from the furnace, and, you know, it's not just, like, in the town. In fact, it's pretty far away, and we will need to cross some treacherous areas, riddled with a ton of enemies, so it's not exactly going to be a walk in the park. You can actually see the flame off in the distance there, so, yeah, there's quite a ways to walk in order to get that back to the furnace. But you know what? I'm up to the task. Now, here's the issue. As I was saying, we can't do this in the rain, and it looks like it's gonna rain very soon, so I think I have a solution. Once we actually get to the furnace, I'll make a campfire, then we can sort of wait it out and hopefully get to the point where there's no rain on our weather meter at all, because you're probably gonna need, like, 2 or 3 things where it's not raining on the weather meter, and it froze again for whatever reason. Like, you guys saw that, right? It's not just me going insane. It keeps doing that for whatever reason. It's kind of annoying. Alright, yeah, I think that's probably the best idea. So, let's just go and grab some wood real quick, and, if we put it close enough to the ancient furnace, even if it does start raining, we should still be able to relight it, and then we can just, like, use the fire again to wait it out. So let's go until noon and see what happens. Please, no rain. That would be great. Oh, and it's raining now. Well, that's certainly not gonna work, so let's try again. How about until morning? Please, no rain. This can be really annoying because, the Akkala region rains a lot here for some reason. I don't know why. Alright, 2 clouds and a sun. That should be good. Feel like that's more than enough time to bring this flame back to the furnace. Now, getting to the flame obviously was super easy because, you know, we could just use our paraglider to get here. It's not going to be that easy on the way back. Like, there's a trail that will lead you all the way there, but it's pretty lengthy, and as I said, it's riddled with enemies. So here's a general tip for you. Light as many of these sort of checkpoint torches as you can, because chances are you're gonna have to stop and fight like an enemy every now and again, and if you skipped over like too many of them, you'll have to walk pretty far back just to relight the torch with the ancient flame. Now, you can walk by most of the enemies just fine. However, there are some tight areas where you may not want to do that because the risk is too great. But for the most part, I'm going to try and bypass like as many of these enemies as I possibly can, just because I really don't want this to take longer than it has to. It's a pretty long task already, and obviously the enemies are just here to make it take longer and longer. Like, on my personal playthrough, going through here, as I said, I was a lot weaker, so I actually did get one shot a couple of times going through here. It was pretty bad. Eventually, I just, like, gave up trying to skip over the enemies and, cleared out, like, the entire trail before I did anything in terms of, like, the ancient flame. Alright, you need to die, my friend, so, I guess I'll just use this, why not? Doesn't really matter what I use, it's just that, I don't know, I kind of don't like to use heavier weapons against these larger enemies since, you know, they tend to attack quicker, but then again, these larger weapons do more damage, so if you can sort of stun them like that with an arrow, you should be able to get like a couple spin attacks off and hopefully take them out before they can like counter-attack you. Alright, so it's kind of weird that, that dude's weapon is on fire with the ancient flame. I didn't actually know that could happen. I'm starting to wonder, like, if that could be a possible strat to, like, light one of those weapons on fire, then use it to also attack the enemies, but, light the torches. I do know that when weapons are on fire, they lose durability, like, really quickly, so probably not, like, the most viable strat to do, but it could work, man. It could work. Alright, so let's try and bait this guy off the bridge. That way we can sort of run around him without taking damage. Or, you know, just tank the damage and go across anyways, because I'm not going to bother fighting that little guy. He's not even worth my time. So now we just got to go all the way around this little, like, lake river thing. And then we're pretty much in the clear, because then we can go right back on the road and right up to the tech lab. It's a little bit weird, too, because the game, like, doesn't expect you to do that, but it also gives you the option to do it, because, like, we're following these checkpoint torches, as I like to call them, right? Well, at a certain point, like, you can go off to the right and go return to the road and go straight to the tech lab, or you could continue following the torches off to the left, which leads you by, like, more enemies, and eventually it does bring you to the tech lab. But, it's a harder route, so I have no idea why, like, anyone would go that way. But, it's certainly there if you want to. Alright, you know what? I think I will stop here and take out this guy, just because he will be the last enemy that we need to fight. So, no big deal. Just a couple of hits and he's already dead. Fantastic. I will take all of your monster guts or whatever and be on our way. There actually is another character, I believe, we can find in this area who will have a use for all of our, like, enemy drops. We've been collecting a lot of those throughout the entire LP, and you've probably been wondering, like, what purpose do they serve, considering very rarely have I used them in my cooking. Well, they actually do serve another purpose, and hopefully we will find that out in, like, the next episode or two, because we can use them to get a very cool and interesting armor set that I think a lot of you guys are really gonna like. That being said, though, we are almost done and back at the tech lab. Thankfully, it did not rain at all while we were doing this, so that is great. Let's just light these few remaining torches just in case, like, in the future we need some ancient flame here for whatever reason, even though that should never be the case. But, you know, I'd rather be safe than sorry. So, let's finally go and light the ancient furnace. There we go. The Akkala Ancient Tech Lab has been added to your map as a travel gate. Yeah, so now we can just, like, warp back here anytime we need to. Okay, so let's talk to Robbie and see what's up now. You, Link! Listen up, My darling Sherry is back to normal. Such is the power of love. My love made Sherry well again. I also lit the furnace outside, too. Oh, well, thank you. Yes, quite. Now then, please take this as a gift of my gratitude now that Sherry is fixed. He's gonna give us 3 more ancient arrows. Nice, thanks, dude. Appreciate it. They are made using secret Sheikah technology. With the addition of my upgrades, they have morphed into anti-calamity weapons, so to speak. Needless to say, they are an incredibly powerful type of ancient soldier gear. I like to call them ancient arrows! In addition to ancient arrows, Sherry can make all kinds of ancient soldier gear. If you're looking to acquire some, give your ancient materials and rupees to Sherry. Rupees? Did you hear that? Forgive me, Link. Ever since the fall of Hyrule Castle, we haven't had much in the way of funds for our research. That's why I thought you might be willing to help us out. With rupees! Lots of them! I beg of you! Then let's do it, The 2 of us, as soon as possible. Yes, let's conquer the calamity, Sounds like a plan, my man. So yeah, we finally finished Robbie's research. Alright, so let's check out the robot. Hello, familiar name missing. Welcome. Alright, so here we can buy a ton of weapons and armor and shields and stuff like that are really good against Guardians, so it might be worth picking a few of these up. And this is why you want to collect as many ancient materials as you can. At the bottom here, you're going to find the ancient, I guess, soldier armor set, if you will, and it has the special ability Guardian Resist Up, which is pretty dang good. So I do kind of want to buy this set, and I think we have enough materials for it. So let's start by getting the helmet, and then we'll go through and, like, get everything else. Of course, you will want to upgrade this, and oh, no! Oh, I didn't even notice they all use ancient gears. Wait, hang on. Did the pants use ancient gears? Probably. Ah, dang it! I thought I could get all these right now! No! I need, like, 40 more ancient gears then, or 40 total ancient gears. That kinda stinks. Well, that was a little anticlimactic. You know what, I think that's actually a good place to end off the video. Well, not a good place, but, I'm gonna end off the video here regardless. So if you guys enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.